If you're a fan of this channel, you know that I am an avid cold trainer. I train in the cold. I'm looking forward to cold weather. Every time I can get in an ice bath, I'm really happy. But one of the things that I also do is I do heat therapy a lot. And I'm really into heat therapy. And whenever all of the shutdowns happen, actually just the events of the past couple of years, I've not been able to get into the sauna and the steam room that I normally get into at the gyms that are local in my area. So I started using this product called the Heat Healer Sauna Blanket. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I practice heat therapy. And I'm also going to do a review of the Heat Healer Sauna Blanket. Let's talk about this today. So I've been doing cold therapy now for years, and I still start every day with a cold shower, and generally I'll end every day with an ice bath. But what I'm also doing throughout my day, and I try to do this between 4 and 5 days a week, is I try to get heat therapy in. There's a lot of research that goes to support the use of heat therapy for overall health. And I used to get really confused as far as what gave the best possible result. Was it a sauna? Was it infrared sauna? Was it steam room? Was it some kind of magical thing that I'd never heard of? What is the best thing? And ultimately, the best thing I can tell anybody is that it doesn't really make a huge difference how you're heating your body. The hormetic effect of heat therapy has to do with just how hot can you get your body. And essentially, as long as you're getting that heat stressor in your life, you're getting the benefits of heat therapy. Now, I've been using sauna and steam room for years, as well as just using ice baths and going back and forth and all of these things. But whenever all the shutdowns happened, my gyms, they closed the saunas and the steam rooms, and actually they haven't opened up again. So I started using the Heat Healer Sauna Blanket, which is it's a one-person device. Basically, you get in and essentially you turn it on. It does have infrared as well as just overall the thermal value of just incredible amounts of heat. But basically, I started to use it, and it was a little bit different than what I was used to in the saunas, but it really became something I would look forward to after a while. Here's why I do heat therapy. Ultimately, there's a lot of research that shows that if you want to increase your health span, if you want to increase your lifespan, it is in your best interest to stress your body. Now, you can stress your body in a lot of different ways. Heat therapy is one of them. When we stress our body with heat, basically what we're doing is we cause the body to change the way it does circulation. And whenever it changes that circulation, it will shunt blood away from the core and out to the extremities. And when it does that, you get a lot of things happening. One of the things that will happen is that you're going to see a lot more circulation in your skeletal muscle, just as if you were exercising. Now, I never want to say, hey, go do heat therapy instead of doing exercise, because there's a lot of benefits that you'll miss out on if you don't do exercise. But you get a lot of the same benefits when you do heat training as you do when exercising. So it really does do kind of a mimicking effect of exercise. So, and it's especially effective if maybe for some reason you don't have the ability to go out and exercise, or maybe you're injured, or maybe you're handicapped in some way and you can't get that regular exercise. Well, this can actually give you those benefits without you having to get out and exercise. You can also do this like I do. I do it in addition to my exercise because it activates heat shock proteins, and that's going to do nothing but good when it comes to growing more muscle and maintaining the muscle that I already have. In fact, there is a lot of research that shows that whenever we practice heat therapy, it reduces the loss, that natural loss of muscle that oftentimes we have over time, especially as we age. And we want to maintain as much muscle as we can as we continue to get older to avoid being frail. You know, after we turn 40, it's harder and harder to build and maintain muscle. And so heat therapy is something that I'm using to avoid that muscle loss, and of course, to do anything I can to help that lean muscle gain as well. In addition to that, I do it for heart health. I want my heart to be as healthy as possible, so I train in the heat. There are studies that show that there's a 27% reduction in cardiovascular all-cause mortality whenever people train in the heat. I believe it was 3 to 4 times per week, and a 50% reduction when they train 4 to 7 times per week. So when it comes to overall heart health, when it comes to the health of our bodies, there's all kinds of reasons to train in the heat. In addition to that, there's all kinds of other things, including the activation of interleukin 10, which will help modulate our immune system. And also, when it comes to fat burning, one of the hardest things that the body has to do is try to maintain and regulate body temperature. And so whenever we spike the body temperature, our body has to work that much harder to maintain the body temperature. So it's going to change circulation, it's going to do a lot of things that will increase our metabolism and thereby helping to stay lean once again. Now, I started using the Heat Healer sauna blanket about a year ago, like I said, and it wasn't something that I would have thought about necessarily getting into, but it was something that I was missing those benefits of the sauna. And I didn't have the money to buy one to put in my yard. I don't really have the space to put one in my yard or in my house. Not to mention, those can be really expensive. The Heat Healer was about $500, and that is something that I find to be very reasonable for the benefits that I'm getting. Again, I've been using it for about a year now, and it's still going strong. I don't see any kind of wear and tear, and I'm getting all the same benefits as if I were in a sauna. And of course, it's going to be a little bit different. The experience is a little bit different than whenever you're at the sauna or the steam room. Of course, it's a one-person sauna. It's not like whenever you're at the gym, you're sitting with your friends and you can talk. So there is that difference, unless your friend brings over a Heat Healer sauna blanket and you can hang out and sweat together. In addition to that, speaking of sweat, rather than being naked or next to naked in the sauna, the goal is you'll dress in all long sleeves. And the reason for this is to catch all the sweat, because my friends, you get really hot. After a while, I started to realize it offers some benefits that you can't get whenever you're at the sauna or the steam room. One is that because it's something that you can just have in your home, you can just throw it into some random part of your day. You don't actually have to go anywhere. You don't have to warm up the device very much. It warms up very quickly, and you can just hop in, you can get your 20 minutes. I usually try to go for an hour just because I like getting that really intense feeling. And then afterwards I go take an ice bath, or afterwards I'll take a cold shower. If I'm lucky and it's snowy outside, I'll go roll in the snow. Yeah. You get to really enjoy that intense heat that you would get in a sauna or a steam room, and it's in my own home. The nice thing also is that since your head is out, you can be watching television, you can listen to a podcast, you can listen to music, and you're not having to worry about overheating your device. Like a lot of times I would have that problem whenever I was in a sauna, and of course a steam room. It was really hard to keep everything waterproof. So you do get to kind of, rather than just kind of sit there and hang out, you do get the opportunity to really enjoy your devices if that's something you want to do. Now, because your head is out of the device, some people might be worried about, well, are you getting that full thermal value? Which is something I was actually worried about at first. So what I would do is I would use a thermal hat, and I would just really try to bundle up top just to make sure I wasn't letting any heat escape. And of course, that intensifies the experience. But I also did find that it really wasn't that necessary. Even later on, whenever I started just hopping in and putting headphones on or watching TV or something like that, I noticed that the feeling, that's the most important thing. If you're a fan of this channel, you understand that I'm all about that sense of internal awareness, using that sense of introspection. And that overall feeling was the same. I felt very, very challenged, and I knew that hormetic process was taking place. I'm seeing all the same basic benefits that I was missing whenever I couldn't go to the sauna. So all those aspects, especially in addition to the things I mentioned earlier, when it comes to heat therapy, I'm really seeing the recovery and just the overall pain mitigation whenever I hit it really hard in my workouts. So it's something that I didn't think I was going to get but just because maybe I'm a purist and I wanted to go to the sauna, I wanted to go to the steam room, I was like, I don't know, there's this blanket here, is it going to be as good? I've been really happily surprised. And I will tell you this, that I've gotten into such a great habit using the heat healer blanket that even if I could go back to the sauna, I'll still be using it at home more probably than I will be going to the sauna, just because it's so nice having everything already at home. I've got a nice private atmosphere. I can watch a movie if I want to, and I'm not having to worry about, is it full of other people, or, did I charge my device or whatever. And then of course I can go into my own cold shower, or I can go into my ice bath immediately afterwards without having to worry about, any kind of busyness at the gym. So for me, for my money, for just $500, to have this access to get all these same benefits as if I had a sauna, it is absolutely worth it. And this is why I wanted to make this video. I really do like the product. And I reached out to the heat healer people, and I was able to get a discount for this audience. So if you take a look at the code below and you want to try this out with me, I'd love to know what you think about this product as well. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but I've really gotten a lot out of mine, and I plan to continue using it, indefinitely. So I highly recommend it. Take a look at the coupon code below if you'd like to try it for yourself. Please, if you try it out, please make a comment below. I'd love to know how you feel about it. This tribe is really full of great comments, so I'd love to know how you think. So thanks so much. I hope this has been a helpful review. And as always, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another.